currently have some leftover Greek salad. That's been in a plastic container that's been in the fridge for a number of days. I'm not sure how many, but it still tastes pretty good. I recall for lunch around, I believe it was maybe around 4 p.m. or so. Maybe somewhere around that time. I think I went in the pool today, got out at 4:22 p.m. And not too long after that, Mom went with her friends on a girls' night out. At some place within Rockport. I think I was in the pool for anywhere between half an hour to an hour, starting at maybe early to late 3 p.m. I'm currently working on a new styrofoam drawing within my room. This crispy bacon pizza is pretty delicious. I did some work on the 99th Dan Hamming today. In particular, I did some work did some thinking regarding that scene I was building within the 5th raw video file. Ultimately decided not to add anything extra after I made the custom. I put the custom characters in after making them yesterday. Into that scene within the video. I then put over the scene the semi-transparent black rectangle that I typically use in order to simulate a night scene when there's no artificial light. Kind of like this. Except in that case, there's still artificial light coming from my laptop. But obviously I can't really have any scenes that are completely dark, because then there's elements that wouldn't really be seen. Oh, there's the new elixir manufactory. Oh, that's as far as I can go for the time being. And then it doesn't seem any progress has really been made on the Fellowship Adventures. I don't have any Farmer's Delight. In Stronghold Kingdoms, I'm currently researching mathematics to reduce my research time. Although it seems the game has crashed Stronghold Kingdoms for one reason or another. I recall waking up around 1 p.m. today. I think I recall following some sort of online guide on YouTube to figure out, in the hopes of trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do. Whenever I fight balloon areas going forward. I already knew that I have to farm aggressively at the start, to the point of picking Benjamin as your hero and having such a high ratio of money spent on developing banana farms that you end up leaking some balloons at one point or another. The guide was for those with no monkey knowledge. Which is not, didn't involve me in this case, because I've pretty much gotten every significant monkey knowledge perk within the game. All that's left is the magic tiers that would allow me to unlock the Vengeful Super Monkey Temple or Sun God Temple, and some monkey knowledge perks that involve powers that I don't really use much. I've gotten overabundance of supplies and coins these days. excuse me, which is fine by me. That's certainly better than having a scarcity. I believe today I was able to hit 4 laps before I decided my arms were getting too sore to keep going. 4 laps at a time around the pool, going clockwise. At least the first time. I decided to swim laps around our in-ground pool. And then I did so again at 2 later occasions. Mom got me the margarita, I think lemon lime flavored, frozen cocktail from the freezer. And she gave that particular flavor to me because she said she doesn't like having tequila. It bothers her somehow. I'm not entirely sure on what at the moment, though. Gives her some kind of ache. Maybe it's a stomach ache sometimes, but I'm not entirely sure at the moment. I believe Mom looked at one of our reusable Wegmans bags after she got back from being with her friends in Brockport. This is one of 2 sparkling ice beverages she found and put in our fridge. I've made great progress on mushroom farm at this point. And on the orc settlement in general. At some point towards the evening, I saw some YouTube videos about civil unrest within South Africa regarding the after effects of the apartheid era, the humanistic effects, if I recall correctly, was the term used, and about how a former president of South Africa was recently imprisoned, those sort of things. How there was looting and rioting within South Africa, and also piracy off of South Africa's coast, and anti-COVID restriction/vaccine protests within France, the UK, Australia, and Italy. Eventually, the coronavirus pandemic will end. Together, we'll all get through it. I just know that everything's going to be okay. I've got no significant reason to believe otherwise. There's quite a few entertaining YouTube videos such as Mr. Enter's review of the Legend of Zelda cartoon, which had some entertaining brief YouTube poop cutaway gags. It was some pretty good editing by his editor. The styrofoam drawing I'm working on is intended to be the Uber driver's girlfriend or / wife, but personally I think the Uber driver might seem maybe too young to be the average marriage age. I'm just going to leave that ambiguous for the time being. I microwave the pizza slices for 1 minute. And for lunch, I finished off that gallon of milk we had that had I believe, a best by date of August 31st. And then I filled the Mark's Pizzeria cup maybe about a quarter to a third of the way, but I'm leaning towards a quarter. Then to still have something to drink as I finished off the mac and cheese dinner and some slices of this very same pizza. Excuse me, I filled the glass up with Coca-Cola from that 2-liter bottle. Hey, it was pretty good. And I recall it was around that time I was making the attempts to beat the normal mode of balloon areas on the beginner cubism map with the hard mode with the impoppable subset, because impoppable is not, at least for the time being, a separate difficulty. I was barely in the pool long enough to really finish the frozen margarita, which had a sort of light yellowy hue to it. I think it melted more slowly today because today was relatively cloudy today based off my experience of being in the pool around 4 p.m. At one point, Mom remarked that my back looked a little tan. Maybe that has something to do with the sunburn I got the other day or a while back, but that sunburn was mostly on my right shoulder, so doesn't seem like it.